Hello, everybody, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Dreams of Arkos. We are continuing through the Nightmare Trials now, and are going to have our last two dreamers confront some of their deepest fears. We're going to meet them in just a second, but hey, I'm your Dungeon Master Kelle. How you seeing him? And I am very excited to traumatize two of my favorite people. Let's go ahead and meet them right now, starting with Amy.
Hi, that's me. I'm Amy. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. I'm playing Gwylan Halenan, the human sorcerer rogue fighter. Yes, that's the combo. Yes. And also is she, her, they, them, and is definitely not excited about the oncoming trauma. But Amy is, mostly.
I am very excited as well. So, hopefully it is Trez. Hey, Trazelta, how's it going?
It's going good. I am Trez. I use he, him pronouns. Trez is very excited about this. Forn, on the other hand, he uses he, they, is our reborn dragon monk Barian is not excited because he has no recollection of anything.
Oh, maybe you'll get some by the end of this. Recollection, that is. Then again, who knows? Could be that kind of dream.
Have you ever noticed how recollection is a re? So it implies that you're getting something back. In this case...
Yeah, well, you are, because you had it, and then you're...
He's recollecting, or is he collecting? How much of this is absolutely new content that we're torturing him with, and how much is it going to be his memories? I don't know. I'm just curious.
Well, it's all new content.
That's a good question.
You can get tons of new content over on the Patreon, which you should all join. But I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome to Dreams of Arkos. If you're joining us for the first time, there's a lot you've missed. For one, you have missed hearing about our amazing sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. Ha, tricked you. Bookwyrm Games is our sponsor for today, and they have been for the last year. They are absolutely fantastic. You should go visit them right now at Bookwyrm, BOOKWYRM Games.com. At Bookwyrm Games, you can save 15% if you check out with code DorkTales, and at 100 Canadian or more, you get free shipping worldwide. As far as I know, they'll even send your dice to the Dream Realm or the Shadow Realm if you have lost at Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides that, you can use that code to save all sorts of money on liquid core dice, resin dice, acrylic dice, gemstone dice, wooden dice, candy dice. You can get edible dice. You can also get tea, friends, and so much more over at Bookwyrm Games. Go check them out. They're a fantastic sponsor, and they're a small business. So you're not, supporting one of those big megacorps. You're supporting like a tiny future megacorp, which is way better. Thanks, Bookwyrm Games, for keeping us on the air, and go check them out. Also, if you want to keep us on the air, don't forget to join the Patreon, because we are a scant 10, 15 patrons of any paid level away from Christine having to run a game. And I really want to wear like a frilly shirt for that Regency era Pride and Prejudice game that she's going to run, and be Lord Tuscamus Orkington. It will be a lot of fun. The last announcement that I have to make is that well, actually, I have two quick announcements. One is that this is the penultimate episode, so next weekend will be the final episode with all luck. And then we are going to be running 3 episodes of Deviant the Renegades, which is a very surprisingly complex Chronicles of Darkness game, but the characters are really cool so far. I'm very curious to see what Amy comes up with, because it's going to be electric. All right, so... any last questions or anything that you want to talk about before we jump into this? Tonight's session will be probably a little bit shorter because it is just the two of you going through these trials, but I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. Oh,
I'm sure my questions will be answered as we go along.
and more will be asked. We love it here. All right, so for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, a quick reminder that this game began when the characters were assembled for a fated event, a wedding, for the daughter of King Manos. Unfortunately, one of their attendees opened an ancient cask of wine that flooded the land, unleashing something strange and eldritch upon the land, and putting all those that came in contact with it to sleep, save for our heroes who were protected by destiny itself. The characters progressed, traveling to the Feywild and then into the Dream Realm in order to right this strange wrong. They climbed the spires of Mount Oneros and then down into its heart, where they confronted, well, their own dreams. Traveling through doors that link them to their own subconsciouses, one by one, the cast has overcome obstacles, and as they do so, they vanish, leaving less to survive and struggle against the future challenges. Today, we are down to our last two characters, Forn and Gwylan, as they progress deeper into the dream realm. Now, as you do so, you're all going to gain the benefit of a short rest, so take your key points back, take your action surge back. As well, you'll get the full benefit of a short rest. So should something require meditation during a short rest, you would have that as well. Amy, you'll also have the ability to spend any sorcery points just off screen. So if you want to adjust any of your sorcery points, you are more than able to. All right. Anybody have any questions mechanically?
Nope, just rolling hit dice to get my
roll your hit dice.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I need to double check if I took any damage, because right now it says I have.
I don't think you did last fight.
No, I think my damage. I think
a little bit. I did.
Did you? Okay.
My damage linked from that was still from that damn baby.
I had a -3 piercing, non-magical, -7 bludgeoning. So I do need to spend some hit dice is what I need to do.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and do that. So as you're doing that real quick, if that's the last thing you need, I can go ahead and start while you are rolling up those hit dice. And let's just
Okay, I think that heals me back to full. Wasn't terribly much.
The cave is behind you. You say your goodbyes to Mystredo and step through the door. You feel a moment of rest wash over you. And then the two of you find yourselves once more inside of the walls of a laboratory. It is stone, well cleaned like a fortress. Broad tables with diagrams and equipment for vivisection, syringes, the tremendous kind with the double circle plungers for fingers, lie on there. And an androgynous figure wearing a coat of station turns as you enter. Ah! Carluna! How good of you to join us. Volturus, fetch us refreshment. You are in luck, my friend. The figure has long, blonde hair tied at the nape of their neck. Their face is both comely and hideous. The bone structure is good, but half of the face is charred and bubbled away. A lightning strike. Or something else that rose all of the veins to the flesh, which is pocked and marked as if it were a burnt field. We were able to find it. The thing you were looking for? It is happening. They are being held, I should say, in a small town in Akoka named El Arem. You should have no problem. It's in the midst of a festival.
Oh, everyone would be distracted then.
Yes. Perfect for your skill set. Thank you. The young lab assistant returns with a pair of cups of piping tea. Cheers. Forn, can you do me a favor? Can you make me a perception roll? Gwylan, you don't need to do this. As you're looking at this scene, Gwylan, as Forn reaches forward and takes the cup, you're not looking at Forn. You're looking at the woman that mounted him in the dream realm and tried to kill him.
Is that the person who's talking to him?
No.
Oh.
Forn is the woman. Forn, your fingers are slender, but that's all you'll gather. You rolled an 8?
Yep.
The tea is warm and very comforting as you drink it. I look forward to seeing your results. The figure smiles. We could always use more test subjects here. Just remember, you will deliver them directly to me.
Of course.
The name springs to your mind. Dr. Druis. Good. Well, I shan't keep you. They beckon to the door, and as you turn around, it opens, and the void beyond swallows you both. And as it does, a voice speaks to the audience. What does it fear? The fire of memory? The taste of ozone over fanged gums? Or is it the loss of potential? Of what would not have been sacrificed if courage had usurped fear of what may come? Smoke is everywhere. Smoke is everything. The sound of alarms, the sound of fire is everywhere around you. Whatever was intended here, whatever you had in mind, did not go according to plan. We are going to switch over to our maps. You were looking at an Akokan village, built on savanna. It is aflame. You can see dozens and dozens of individuals dead on the ground, their spirits raging inside of infernos. The entire town is ablaze. You can hear in the distance the sound of a bell. The fire. The fire is so hot that at the edge where you are, you can feel it already parching and cracking your lips. Gwylan, you stand over the corpse of a girl no older than 12. The pathway that you are standing on leads to the east. The Akokans, they honor the sun. There is a shrine there, and in front of it, a nativity scene with 3 ridged orbs in it. Eggs, each the size of a child's torso. They lie not in hay, not in straw, but in a brazier. Yet they seem to be able to handle the heat. What do you all do?
I think Gwylan's looking to see if Forn is Forn again, or if he still looks like...
Forn is Forn.
Okay. So...
Wait. Those are dragon eggs, I think.
Considering the bed of fire they're sitting in, that makes sense, I think. And don't suppose you happen to remember any of this? She gestures broadly to the entire burning village.
No, the only thing I remember is being sentenced for consuming dragon eggs before dying.
Would that be this scenario then?
Possibly. I only have a memory of the trial. I don't remember what happened prior to that.
So what are you gonna do?
Approach the dragon eggs and hope these spirits don't try to kill us.
You know they're going to try and kill us, right? That's the most likely scenario.
Probably. How far away is the statue, actually?
About 90 feet. And they are lying at the base of it.
Okay, Gwylan, climb on my back for let me carry you for a moment.
Sure. Gwylan will do as suggested.
I will spend a key point, dash, and then furl my wings. I'm going to fly. That means I can move 180 feet. So I'm going to fly straight up in the air about 40 feet before making my way towards the statue and landing near it with Gwylan.
The fireball I put down is simply just the brazier, because I don't have a brazier token. So we're just going to use that.
Sounds good.
All right. So you should be able to move over there. Perfect. And setting Gwylan down. Looking there, you can see that there are 3 large eggs there at the base of a statue of some unknown figure looming over them. What do you do? As you head that way, the spirits that are burning inside of the houses are going to turn and look at you, and are going to be whispering and screaming alternatingly in a Koken. It doesn't take a linguist to recognize the word traitor, monster, killer.
I will slowly approach the eggs and see if anything happens.
I think Gwylan is keeping an eye out on the periphery, but is also sort of half looking at the statue. It might not be familiar, but she still wants to examine and get a better sense of it.
Make me a religion check.
A whopping 11.
11? Now, I apologize that the token has wings. In this, you will see that it is... actually, you know what? I'm not going to apologize for that. I like it. Standing over this burning pyre, you will see a woman who looks very much like you. Long, painted red hair, for the statue is painted in bright colors. Wearing a gown with armor plating. The gown is the color of the sunrise against a blue sky. In one hand, she holds a lance, long and curved, with a billowing cloud at the base guard. In the other, she holds a sun, glowing in her hand. Even with an 11, you'll recognize a statue of Vela, goddess of the sky. And as you're looking at her, Forn, you approach the dragon eggs. And as you reach forward, the eggs will begin to crack. And as they do, 3 brass dragon wormlings will emerge, hissing and snarling at you. In Draconic, they say, Kinslayer. Can I get an initiative roll?
Oh, that's actually not bad.
That's actually pretty bad. Well, one of them has a 13. Okay, so that is going to be a grand total for me of not very much. It's going to be... Okay, I have 15 and a pair of 9s. I'm looking at, okay, Gwylan with the dirty 20. Forn with a 19. Then I have BD1, BD2, and BD3. All right, Gwylan, these little dragons are going to let out a minuscule roar and prepare to attack. What do you do?
Lifting hands up cautiously and saying, whoa, I don't know if we need to fight here. We don't mean you any harm.
This one killed us,
It says in a surprisingly childlike voice.
before we could even breathe. Jealousy,
Oh,
monster.
well, shit. All right. And Gwylan's going to, let's see. Use my damaging intel
Okay.
to get a sense of these guys, what they are, and what their things are. Let me just pull that up.
Yeah,
real
absolutely.
quickly, what the
Damaging
specifics
intel.
are.
You check their Monsterpedia entry.
Basically.
waifu
One
manual.
action. Duration 1 round. Steady the creature you see within range. Learning its weakness. Needs a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Which is...
That's going to be
it smells-
a 14 plus... I have a 15.
That is not quite enough. You needed a 16.
Oh, but I'm
Okay.
so charismatic.
I need to know... I get to know its vulnerabilities, resistances, immunities, and then the next attack that one of my allies in range makes against that target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Its vulnerabilities, it doesn't have any. It's immune to fire.
Okay.
And is there anything else?
Any
That would be-
resistances?
No resistances.
Okay.
But you know that dragons also have blind sight. So blinding them probably won't work. I'll give you that.
Okay. And she will rattle that off as she's figuring it out. And I don't know. I didn't specify which one, so you can just mark whichever. of the
They're
three you
all
think you'd
siblings, so I think that's pretty easy to mark.
Yeah. Just that the one that I was targeting specifically, Forn has advantage against it on his next attack.
Okay, so
Probably
which
the one
would-
right in front of him.
The one right in front of him? Perfect.
Yeah. And that is
Okay.
my action. Can I do anything as a bonus action? I think I'll stick with that for now.
Sounds good. All right, so that's your turn.
Yeah.
All right, Forn, you're up.
Be there.
Forn's gonna also put his hand speaking Dragonic and like, I don't remember what happened. Like, why would I kill you?
Jealousy. Jealousy. Hatred. You wish to destroy all that is good.
I don't recall Emery's being good.
I know not this Emery's.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
Nope, just trying to persuade them to talk rather than try to kill us.
Okay.
Get information.
All right. I'm gonna need a dex save from both of you.
Oh, good. That means I can use Danger Sense.
It's true.
Oh, nice.
The dex 6, you said.
I did.
That's 19.
A 19. Perfect.
And that's a 26.
That is going to be. Both of those are going to be successes. The one in front of you is going to open its mouth and shoot a line of fire at you. Both of you are going to take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
I literally rolled 1, 1, 2, 1 on the damage. Okay. Well, I assure you it gets more dangerous from here. The one next to it is going to roar and is going to charge around to Gwylan's flank and is going to repeat the action. Breathing fire. Can I get another dex save?
24.
Did that
20
one enter my reach?
Oh, you have long reach, don't you?
Oh, I have the Polar Master. I didn't activate the long reach, but this one, when it enters my reach, I just haven't pulled the...
With Polar Master, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, one.
So it's normally it's when it leaves, but Polar Master...
Yeah, this one's specific. Yeah, Polar Master. While you're wielding a glaive, halberd, pike, quarterstaff, or spear, other creatures provoke an opportunity attack from you when they enter the reach you have with that weapon.
Okay, so go ahead and make me an opportunity attack.
Okay. And I'll just mark down what I rolled for the dex save.
Please do, because that actually might determine what happens with the dex save.
So me stabbing with spear is a 16 to hit.
A 16 to hit is going to absolutely be a hit. Roll me damage.
Okay. Not much, but that is a 7 piercing magical.
All right, 7 magical piercing. You are going to rip into it. This is going to be a devastating attack on a young wormling. It's going to rip down the side of its flank. You're going to see blood smear down on the ground. It is going to crawl over and attempt that breath weapon on you. So what was your saving throw?
It was a 16.
That is a pass. Forn, you got like a 20 something?
24.
Okay, that is going to be 10 points of damage to each of you as you take half. And the last one does not have a good opportunity for a fire breath, so instead it is going to step down and is going to open its mouth and release a cloud of purplish gas out of its mouth. Can I get a con save from each of you? Forn, you will have advantage on this roll.
Yep, that was my next question. Not that bad.
I would love to use my determination.
I would love for you to. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Both of you are?
That makes it a...
Yep. Makes it a 15 for me.
Okay, that's a pass.
That's a 14, so we'll see.
That's a pass. As you breathe this in, you are going to feel just the slightest bit sleepy for a minute as a yawn comes unasked to your lips as this sleep gas is inhaled, but you're going to shrug it off. That is their turn. Top of the initiative, Gwylan.
This just feels mean. These things, if it was a really, because hey, you described my spear attack as being quite devastating to
Yes.
this little guy. I would like to do a non-lethal attack with my spear
All right,
against
go ahead.
the one next to me, attempting to knock it out
Sounds good.
because this is just feels mean. Oh my god. Oh. I doubt that's good. I honestly, I don't know what their hit, what their.
You
their
have a free
AC is,
inspiration.
so- Well, no, I honestly just don't know if I even want to use it
Sure. What do you get?
because these things are kind of like just babies.
They're pretty
It
well
feels
armored,
weird.
but
I
Go
guess
ahead.
so. Because I have a pretty good bonus to hit is the thing.
sure. What'd you get?
So 13 to hit.
13 is not going to do it.
Okay. So that's a whiff on my first one. And then let me see if I get a
Gonna bring around the butt.
when you use spear. There's one that lets me do a bonus action
Yep.
to use the opposite end.
Go ahead.
When you take an attack action, bonus action.
I don't think you have to
Okay,
hit
yeah, I
with
can
that.
just use that. I was just trying to see if it says specified like having hit for the first attack, but it doesn't. So we're good on that front. Oh my god. I'm rolling like garbage still.
All right, so this slippery worm is going to wriggle under your blade and then under the butt of it as it prepares to try to bite you.
Yep. Yeah, because I don't think a 2 is, which is lower than the last dice I rolled, is gonna do it.
A 2 is not going to do it. Anything else on your turn? That was action, bonus action.
That was action and bonus action.
Okay.
And she just, I don't know. She's like, we really don't have to do this.
Forn?
Yeah, so Forn's got a lot of sigh. It's in Japan say, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna punch the one in front of me, but also
ahead, you-
non-lethal.
You have advantage.
The first one is going to be what do I have this up here? First one's a 26.
That's absolutely a hit. Roll me damage.
It's just going to be magical bludgeoning, so it's going to be 8 non-lethal bludgeoning.
Okay. You are going to slam your fist into this one, and it is going to reel back and drop to its knees. And faint.
Okay, then I'm going to step up to the one to the other side of me.
Okay.
Use my next attack to punch that one.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
And that one's 4 non-lethal bludgeoning for that one.
Okay, that one is still up.
And
As
I'll
you-
use my bonus action for one more attack.
Okay.
13.
13 is not going to be enough, my friend. So as you lash out, you're going to catch it smashing your fist into the side of its head. It's going to reel back and is going to be staggered so much that your foot is going to swing over it on the next one. It is going to retaliate and attempt to bite you on its turn, unless you have something else you can do.
That was my action and bonus action. You can go ahead and try.
Okay, it's going to try to bite you with a 14. That's not going to hit.
Nope.
So it snaps at you defensively, and the one that is over by Gwylan is going to attempt to bite Gwylan with a paltry 9. Gwylan, you're up again. It snaps its teeth at you like an angry dog.
Okay. Okay.
And when I say these wormlings are about the size of like mastiffs, they're not particularly
Yeah.
large. Or maybe mountain lions would be a better term.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. 1 sec. Just checking something. Okay. So I don't particularly like getting zapped with fire or whatever. So I'm gonna use my second wind for my bonus action to recover
Okay.
some of those hit points.
Sounds good.
Remind myself what I used to roll that. Ah, yes, that. Okay, so that is healing 8 hit points. Cool. And then I'm going to stab. Again, attempting non-lethal
Sure, go ahead.
at this wormling that is right next to me. That is a 21 to hit.
Hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, why does my dice hate me so much? Okay, well, it's a hit, but I also only rolled a 1 on the dice, which means that is a total of 5 piercing damage. I was trying to do non-lethal, so I guess that's non-lethal.
It'll be like a whack upside the head. All right. It is still going to be up, although struggling and bleeding from the first
Come on.
wound. It's going to look at you with a look of pained hatred. And Forn!
I'm gonna continue non-lethal punching because this feels awful.
Do it.
That is an 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
And, that's 8 non-lethal bludgeoning.
All right. That one is going to collapse to the ground unconscious now as well.
Forn is going to move up next to Gwylan, let out a sigh, and punch that one.
Okay, go ahead.
Non-lethally. That's a 15 to hit.
15 to hit is not going to manage it.
Okay, then I got one more attack for
All right.
my bonus action.
You snap a foot over its
And
head.
I
It
also
tries-
missed that one because I rolled the exact same number.
Okay.
Forn is
you
not
s-
feeling okay with this.
It dodges out of the way and is going to... Okay, is going to take its turn. It's going to not be able to recharge. So instead, it is going to let out a snap and attempt to bite Forn. Forn, that is going to be an absolute miss. Gwylan, it's your turn. This thing is like backing up,
Man.
trying to bite like a frenzied dog.
Yep. Okay, 21 again to hit.
21 to hit. What do you do?
Yep.
How do you do it?
Still non-lethal, just smacking it with the flat side of the spear to knock it out. It is the effort.
All right, so cracking it upside the head, it is going to collapse
Yep.
to the ground. And aside from the burning, there is a bit of quiet for a moment as these 3 unconscious dragonlings lie on the ground. And then they begin to deflate. Like watching them rot in full time down to a protoplasm. They ooze and begin to streak across the ground toward the statue. They wrap around it like ribbons round a maypole. You hear a voice, 3 voices, high-pitched and youthful, echo in the burning square. You don't remember anything. Murderer. Do you want us to remind you?
Yes.
On your head be it. And then suddenly they are going to coalesce around the statue. And what emerges from it is a tremendous 3-headed hydra with brass scales.
So, was that interaction audible to Gwylan as well? And was it in common
Yes.
or was it in Draconic?
It was in Draconic, but because of dream logic, I'll let you hear it.
Sure. I mean, even if she didn't, very much the, what was that? And why are they now a bigger, angrier version? Because...
All right, top of the initiative again, now with the Hydra on top. The brass Hydra is going to crouch down. The statue of Vela is going to crumble behind it as its weight presses down, and it's going to make some snap attacks. It has 3 heads, so it's going to attempt to bite Forn. Oh my god, really? Forn.
It has 10-foot reach.
It does have 10-foot reach. Forn, that's a 23, a 21, and a nat 1.
Okay, so the 21, I'm going to use my reaction to Stem and Wings to block that.
Okay.
So that puts my AC at a 24 for that one. I can only block 1.
Okay. The first one is going to pierce through, dealing 5 points of piercing damage to you as one of these lashes by, biting into the side of your shoulder. It rips and pulls and is going to tear a fist-sized chunk of your flesh off.
Ow.
There's no blood. The flesh hits the ground. It hits the ground like a piece of fabric. It snarls at you, tries to bite again. You dodge out of the way, unfurling metallic dragon wings.
You stole that from us. You stole our gifts. It snarls at you.
And, it actually botched an attack, so if either of you would like to make an opportunity attack, you may.
I just use my reaction to not take a hit, so I can't.
That's fair.
Aw, damn. Because if you had, I had something for that. I have something specifically for if an ally... Wait. Hold on. Shake when a creature within 30 feet of you provokes an opportunity attack. Okay, no, it doesn't have to be for an ally. Hold on. One
Okay.
reaction. I haven't used my reaction yet. I can do this.
You can.
When... Not if you take it, but provokes it. Okay, when a creature provokes an opportunity attack from an ally you can see within range, you can force the creature to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature's movement is reduced to 0, and you can move up to your speed towards the creature without provoking opportunity attacks.
You want to use that?
Does not interrupt your ally's opportunity attack. Yeah, this is one of my... I haven't used this yet this game.
Okay.
This Chronicle.
Wisdom
So I would
save.
love to.
That's a 13.
Okay. That is a fail because my spell save DC is a 16. So I can move up to my speed towards the creature. And its movement has been reduced to 0.
Okay.
So I cannot... Okay, I think that's all I can do.
All right, sounds good. Gwylan, it's your turn now.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because this is getting dangerous. I think we are shifting to using my spear with 2 hands and getting risky with it to smack a bunch. Starting with, I believe the one I'm looking for is Booming Blade. Oh, actually, that doesn't make a lot of sense because its movement is currently 0 for the round. So I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna straight up smack it.
Smack it.
My apologies.
Boom the blade. Or smack the bang.
We'll just stab. This is just stab.
Stabby stabby.
Yeah. which I'm fairly sure is going to be a hit because I just rolled an 18, which
That's
I
a
add to
hit.
things. He has a 27.
This thing is big and much less wriggly than one of the dragonlings. You'll be able to hit this
Okay.
thing quite easily.
Cool. Cool. Love that. Of course, I'm still going to roll damage worth garbage, but that's still a 7 magical piercing.
7 magical piercing is going to slam into this thing. And as it does, it's going to start bleeding this dark ichor onto the altar.
Okay.
Bonus action?
And then as a bonus action, question is, do I just stab or do something different? I'm just gonna smack with the butt end of the spear. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Which is going to be 25.
That's absolutely a hit. Roll me damage.
Yeah, so this one is a smaller dice. Should be 5 bludgeoning magical.
Perfect. That will absolutely hit. You'll crank it across one of the snoots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then without anything else, it is Forn's turn.
And we have the offer in this game, right?
You do.
Because it's a homebrew.
You do.
So I have a question for you
I'll
if you'd
put
let me do
Garleon
it.
in play. Yeah, what's up?
So Form of the Beast allows me only to have one bestial trait. Would you allow me to take the offer to become a full beast with claws, tails, and a maw?
In a dream? Sure. Which
Cool.
will be
So as a bonus action, Forn is going to turn into what probably looks like a hybrid dragon, as a tail shoots out from under his robe, hands become claws, and his face becomes draconic.
sure. That sounds pretty good. Give me one sec. I've got a token for this.
Ooh.
I have the Dragonlance collection, so it's pretty easy to find a draconian.
Oh, right.
All right. So, how does this look? Describe it to me.
The mask will slowly kind of claw off Forn as he almost gets a draconic mouth, starts spreading, as scales start to spread throughout his body. His hands will turn into draconic claws, and a large tail will kind of shoot out from under his robe and kind of slam on the ground as he roars in a rage.
All right. What do you do from there?
He's going to come up, and I have claws, so I'm going to make, for my first attack, 2 claw attacks, because I can do that with claws.
All right, go ahead.
That is going to be because it's strength this time. Yeah, 17 and a
Hit.
21.
Hit.
Claws are a d6. That is 9 plus 8, so 17 slashing damage for the first 2 hits.
Okay.
And he's going to form a fist in the other hand and punch it with lightning, because I can.
Okay, go
For
ahead.
22,
That's a hit.
and it's going to be 8 lightning damage, and I want to try stun it with a stunning strike.
8 lightning damage. Okay. One sec.
I'll probably pass, but
I'm gonna spend a. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna spend a drama bomb to choose to pass.
all right. And your Velos statue probably wasn't the smartest decision, but that's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. So you're going to slam your fist into it, and it's going to look over you. Its teeth curling over its fangs.
It seems you remember more than you admit.
And it's going to take 3 strikes at you on its turn. That is going to be for a grand total of a 20, a 4. That was a higher roll. I think I knocked it by accident. A 27 and a 14.
The 14 misses. 27 is going to hit, but I'm going to use my reaction, and now that I have a tail, I'm going to use a tail to block that 20. Because I just need to roll 1 for a d8.
All right.
So only 1 hits.
All right. You are going to block with your tail and are going to get slashed again by another one of these heads that tears off another chunk of your chest. It falls to the ground even in this form and splats.
Submit to the men.
And what do? You're in a rage? Is there anything else that you want to do while you're being attacked?
How much damage was that?
That was 10 more points of damage.
So half, because I'm raging.
That's true. All right, Gwylan.
Yeah. So I was like, he'll roar in Draconic. How do I submit to this dream? For my memory. And he will kind of just back off his attack and stand there then.
Okay, Gwylan, what are you doing?
I am going to start off with using my Clever Rose the Gods feature, so I need a Wisdom Insight against my Charisma Deception roll.
Oh boy, good luck.
This thing's probably very wise, but I'm trying.
It's not very wise, I just rolled really well.
Ah, and I did not. I do have Inspiration still. I don't particularly want to use it yet. But I do not think... Well, let's see my deception. That is a 14 to deceive, rolling on a 2.
Ooh.
So I don't think I did it.
I don't think you did it.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just not going to use that dice for the next roll, because that's a punk-ass thing to do. But what I am going to do then, because that was my bonus action, as an action, I will also attempt to stab again, but I would like to use my inspiration to roll with advantage so I can sneak attack.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I don't even need to use my advantage. Forn's right there. Never mind. I still want to roll with advantage, though.
So you still want to roll with advantage. You want the crit.
Yeah. I want the chance for a crit.
No, you want the crit. You're going to get the crit.
I'm not going to get the crit. What I am going to get, however, is a... What was I at? 15?
15 will hit.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It's pretty big.
That's true. Okay. Alright. And this is... That number of damage is a... My mental math is not quick, but that is a... 17 magical piercing.
Ooh, good hit. 17 magical piercing.
And then looking and kind of like just glancing sideways at Forn, who has apparently stopped, like, looks like if I'm getting this right, looks like he's about to give up kind of thing, is like, what are you doing?
Make me a perception roll.
Sure. I perceive 14.
14. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Check you and I's private chat.
Okay, one sec.
So you're going to look down into his wounds. There's no blood.
That's real fucking weird. Okay. Still, the fuck are you doing?
Forn, it's your turn.
He's gonna look at Gwylan going, I want my memories back. And he's gonna sit down in front of this dragon.
Okay. You'd think I'd be able to crit on that. So if you're gonna sit down, they are going to lurch and take a bite of you. Everything is going to go black for a moment. And Gwylan, you're going to be able to see everything as it happens around you. Looking around, you see Carluna, the elf, leave the laboratory. And then her flesh shivers. And a different looking, but still Forn, walks out. He travels to Akoka, providing information. The one known as Forn kneels beneath a council of elders. They admit, I found the location of a laboratory. The Amresians are looking into old Illyrian technology involving Elseworlds. Do I have my reward? Yes, Velkin. You will be rewarded. Good. In the meanwhile, before I am set to go out again, I would like to visit the countryside. The air in Emrys is so choking. It would be good to get away for a bit. Of course, they reply. Send our regards to your partner. Oh, I'm sure she'll hear about it. He smiles. The town is having a celebration. It is a beautiful celebration. One to call upon the goddess Vela to warm and light the hearth fire beneath these brass dragon eggs to hatch them. The one known as Forn approaches them, but is countered as he reaches toward them by a pair of paladins of Vela. One of them has the burnished skin of a bronze statue, the other is darker yet. They raise their spears, narrow their eyes. None may take or touch these eggs. They are the last of the brass dragons. And the one known as Forn smiles and says, good. Less competition. And as he smiles, his teeth elongate. His flesh peels back. And as you watch, and as the paladins watch in horror, something altogether else emerges from beneath Forn's flesh. As Forn erupts into an adult blue dragon. And unleashes lightning and fire upon this charming little village. Gwylan, you're going to watch all of this, and as the Hydra strips Forn down to his bones, what is underneath is coated in viscera. A blue dragon rips through the remainder of Forn and rises up next to you. And yet it still has Forn's eyes.
Kinslayer,
The heads say to you,
murderer of younglings.
what do you do?
So, Forn, just real quick here, while Gwylan's still got her spear out pointing at the Hydra. This is still a nightmare. That might be true. Does it feel... Do you remember it, though? Or are we just seeing it? These so-called memories. Because that doesn't seem like you. Not the you I know right now.
Forn, can you make me an intelligence save if you want to investigate the memories further?
A save, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do I use Forn stats for this?
Nope.
Okay, so I have the dragon stats up. Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration because that was really, really, really bad.
Perfect. Love it.
That's not much better. Wow. That's a 5.
A 5? Okay. Forn is very confused. So nothing this round. What do you do? It is, the Hydra did that. Gwylan, it's your turn.
So you've said that Forn still has Forn's eyes. Does not
still
look like
Forn's
a feral
eyes.
dragon.
It doesn't look like a
Okay.
feral dragon. I'll say that you pop
No.
out of rage when you took that sit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, this sounds like a whole lot of bullshit. Messing with my friend's mind. And I don't take kindly to that. So Gwylan's going to start attacking this thing again. The Hydra.
All right. Do it. Give it to me.
And that's a decent enough roll, too. Plus that is a 26.
26 will absolutely hit. Give it to me.
And I believe that I should still have sneak attack, because I think Forn is still close enough to...
Oh yeah, Forn's still close enough.
Beauty. Okay. Well, again, my damage rolls are not great, though. 13 magical piercing.
All right, sounds good. That's going to pierce incredibly deeply. A gout of blood is going to spill out. It seems like being this close to Forn is weakening this thing.
Huh. Well, bonus action, we're going to smack it with the back end of it, too.
Smackety smack.
I will botch.
Okay.
That was a 1.
That is a... it is going to lash out at you and is going to roll a 17.
That will hit right now, because I am two-handed using spear, which means my shield is down.
Okay, sounds good.
I have a
That's
question for you, then,
Yes.
Kelly. Do I still have access to some of my monk stuff, even in this form?
Yep.
And he says a 17. Gwylan, what's your AC?
Currently 16.
Cool. I'm going to use my reaction. A wing's just going to reactively hover around Gwylan. I can boost her AC by 4.
Okay. So the dragon is going to spread its wing, blocking you, shielding you with his own body. Forn, what do you do?
I still want these memories, but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Since I'm trying to do memories, would you allow me to use knowledge of a past life to try
Yes.
to make the add-on to save? Cool.
I will let you
Says
just...
it's an ability check. So
No, I'll let you spend a charge of it.
Sweet. 'Cause I haven't used any this whole time, so I have 4 to burn.
No. Would you like to use a charge of it?
Oh, yes. I misunderstood. Yes, please.
All right. Gwylan, he blocks you, sweeping a wing in front of you as this hydra slams into his back. And we're going to be pulled back through another memory. He swallows the dragon eggs, devours them in his draconic form. Unfortunately, as he attempts to fly out of Akoka, he is struck down, cleft by his wing is sheared off mid-flight by the sound of a thunderbolt. Glorious, beautiful platinum armor adorning a handsome winged man becomes visible as the right hand of Vela, Viceland Skyborn, answers the call of his goddess, striking him, bringing him down. You will pay for your crimes, he says to the wounded dragon. And next, we see this dragon in front of a council at Akoka. For your crimes, you will be put to death. And like the rest of your kind, may you find nothingness as pleasing as those children you devoured.
Wait!
The dragon calls out as the blade approaches his throat.
It is not my fault. I was born into evil. My kind raised me to be heartless, to be cruel. You blame me for my nature. I had no choice but to want, to envy, and to take and conquer. Like my siblings, my broodmates, and my sire before me. I am as innocent as those eggs.
The council leader looks down. You pose an interesting quandary. Philosophical question. Could you be good in a different life? You would rather attempt redemption than face the void that awaits all dragons on death? The mistress of House Assisi says.
Anything.
Well then, Falcon Ravnoa. The Council of Akoka will see a different kind of punishment for you. And she smiles. And as the camera swoops around her, we see Forn, as he is, bound to a chair. Magic stirs inside of him, awakening the corpse. Powerful magic binding the beast inside of him. Awaken. You belong to the House of Assisi, and you serve the throne of Akoka. You will be known as Forn. It is an old word. It means dirty, betrayer, nothing. You owe a great debt. Let us see if you can pay it off. And Forn, that is your first memory. From there, you served the throne, the council of Akoka, for generations. Okokans live a long time for humans. And after death, with enough prayer, they rise again to serve physically in their afterlife. But after 100 years, after 150 years, after as long as this is, sometimes people are forgotten. Sometimes people do not rise again and choose the long death. And your place and your real nature were forgotten by the generations who followed, until you just became another servant of the House of Assisi. What do you guys do?
Am I still in dragon mode, or did I go back to humanoid?
You're still in dragon mode.
Can I shift back into a humanoid?
Make me a constitution check to see if you can.
Check? Okay. That's actually not bad. That will be 17.
All right, you will be able to force yourself back down into human form.
What do you want to do?
Well, can't atone for anything if I'm just going to be forgotten into servitude, how can I?
Also can't do anything if you're dead.
This is also
That's-
true.
And from what we're seeing here, seems like death might be a bit more permanent for you.
Yeah, nothing but
In a
darkness.
sense.
Can I get everyone here to do me a favor? As you say that, before you say that, I want you both to make me an Arcana roll. Forn can make it with disadvantage. Because I'm assuming that a lot of lore would have been kept from him over the past 100 years.
Okay,
Cool,
so
I will also use another knowledge of past life since it's just a check.
All right, go ahead.
I get an 11. I just know that she's inferring from how everyone's talking that...
Okay, perfect.
So even if she doesn't know the specifics, they're like, you would rather choose this than the void? And that sounds real bad.
17, actually. I rolled two
17?
12s.
Honestly, you're not sure what happens. You know that you'd heard rumors that maybe something had changed in that regard over the past 100 years. However, you might not be willing to find out.
Yeah, rather not take that chance and actually permanently dying.
And it seems like they have... Sounds like ancient history.
The Hydra looks down at you. Do you remember now, Belkin?
I do.
Then who are you?
I used to be a blue dragon. I've committed hideous, heinous crimes. I was supposed to atone for everything, but all I did was I was forced into servitude, and I don't think I've atoned for much of anything.
Seems unfair to me to make someone try to atone for crimes they can't remember ever making.
Serving this family is not going to help that cause. I'm just their puppet.
So what do you want to do about it?
A good question. I guess first off, we have to save Ylos, don't we?
The Hydra will look around. Go then. With the weight of what you've done. And it will dissolve, forming into a door of winding serpent scale.
Guess that's it then?
Guess so. And, Gwylan, thanks.
For what?
Not turning against me after you learned what I really was. I mean, apparently I pissed off a goddess.
Again, you never had a chance to actually confront what you've done and atone for it. Seems like a lot of blame being thrown around here when it's not entirely your fault. At least in this sense. Again, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but until we get out of here and deal with everything, it seems like a moot point.
Yeah, I guess I might have to consider seeking out Belle then, because she's the one I crossed. Not to mention the brass dragons.
Actual answers for you.
Yeah. Of course, this also means you have to deal with your dreams on your own. You gonna be okay?
Oh, sure, of course I will. Come on. You know me. Not exactly the angsty, McAngst face over here. What do I have to be worried about? I'm sure I'll walk in, we'll have a nice conversation, and we'll be right on our way. It'll be fine. Look, I'll see you on the other side.
You better. Or I'll bring you back from the dead myself if I have to.
Ooh.
We have work to do.
Of course. And we'll come to that.
And Forn will actually give Gwylan a hug.
She's just gonna kind of like stiffly, and then like hands slowly come up and do like the pat of the allergic to emotions and actual sentiment rises again. Yeah, that's thanks. You can let go now.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Just gotta go through the door. Right. I'll do that. Right now.
Taking a step
And-
forward.
Yep.
Do you go?
Yep. She just kind of turns and walks to it. Hand on the door, like walking like she means business. Hand on the door, pauses after doing that, and then is gonna do like that bracing breath and then push through.
You push through. And the sound of flame vanishes behind you. Replaced by the sound of a dulcimer and the smell of city streets. Forn, you are going to gain the ability in the Dream Realm to use an adult blue dragon's lightning breath once per short rest.
Ooh.
And as you step through, you find yourself, Gwylan, once again on the city streets of your hometown. But we're going to pick that up in just a minute after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bye, Traz. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the part of the program where we're talking to La Chat for a minute to let Amy eat some toast. So yeah, Forn's a dragon. No big. You know, as usual. We knew he was a dragon, let's be fair. It's all good. Yeah, there's only one more episode of Arkos. This thing was only supposed to last for like 6 months, and it's been a year and a half. Because we started in March of 2021. Woof. Hey, Tiny Poison. Hey, everybody in the chat. Good to have you.
2023? Or
Oh, yeah, 2023. Sorry, I looked at my calendar was 24/9/22, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's wrong. Else.
that was also fair. It's okay. My brain has just completely merged several years together regularly. So, you know, it happens.
Right? Well, I was looking at something. There was something that popped up in my timeline on Facebook or something that was like, 8 years ago, you did this. And I'm like, yeah, but 4 of those years didn't count. 4 of those years were like a global plague. You know? Those years were a few.
You don't count the plague years. Those aren't real.
You don't count the plague years. Seriously.
No. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just have this
Nice.
one small piece that I'm going to munch on.
That's
Yeah,
fine. You
here
can
we
munch
go.
on it. I like you with red hair. I think that really works on you.
It really does.
It
I
really
keep
does.
thinking I should dye my hair this color, and then I go, no.
It's
we'll
a lot
stick
of
with the
maintenance.
wig,
Should
because
I
then
dye my hair that
can
color?
stick with my purple. I don't know if you could pull it off.
I don't know if I
I
could
don't know.
either. I've got a darker skin tone than you. So it's my. You celebrate because we survive them. We do celebrate because we survive them. Also, it allowed Dork Tales to have some time for me to focus because I couldn't work anywhere else, so had to do Dork Tales. It was kind of nice. What else do I have to tell you, folks? So in 2 weeks, this is going to be a Deviant stream. Amy, you're working on your character, sort of. I find the book's a little obtuse, so if you need
I have
any
a name
help,
now.
you have a name.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think you are going to be the most.
First thing that popped into my head.
You are going to be the most normal character out of the game, I think.
It'll be a nice change of pace.
right? Right. I've got, it's like a 3-episode arc because literally every Sunday, I did my calendar yesterday, folks. I took like a half hour. I took an hour out of my schedule yesterday.
You're busy.
The weekends suck because we go from, what do we do? So we finish game, we do Deviant. Then we're down in San Francisco for Big Bad Con. Then we're back for like Extra Life is the next weekend. Then the next weekend after that, we have, I'm away on a vacation that is like well overdue. Then you're away on a vacation. Then it is the last week, and then it's Cold Iron. So it's just bam, 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 bam. It's wild. It's so wild. I'm gonna have to. I want to have so much extra content just to throw at people before then, because I will be taking a week off in November after Extra Life, and I feel guilty about that because we have taken a lot of time off because of like life stuff, but I wasn't having fun. So it's like this time I'm actually gonna like go relax.
It's not the same thing. Not at all. Well, I mean, we can always there's the rerun of some of the older series. That
Yeah.
keep
Well, I'm gonna be
thinking about wanting
abroad,
to
so
see.
yeah, I might have to have like you or Robin run those for me.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. It's pretty easy. You just make a playlist,
Mhm.
and which you can do now. In OBS, they fix that. Okay, but I have
Oh,
like
cool.
so many books that I need to read, and I'm very excited. I've started developing. So next year you're getting 3 Mage of the Ascension games, and I've started developing the 3rd one. And it's a lot of fun. Traz, go read the book while you watch this. Go read it.
I don't know. You kind of need a lot of brain power to understand mage. So I'm just gonna pull my door a little more closed.
I mean, I
Not
think
closed, 'cause
that
don't
like
wanna
just
get
the
locked in again,
traditions,
but, you know,
the traditions are pretty easy to grasp.
that's true. That's true.
So, what else will be interesting? So that's going to be fantastic. I'm starting to do story stuff about it. I need to talk to you about some linguistic stuff in a bit, Amy,
Sure.
because I've got a name for something there. But I have a bad indigenous dictionary and I'm working with, so I'm trying to,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I can definitely pull up some resources depending on where you're doing it. So
Yeah, I think I'm setting it in Seattle. I think I'm setting it on the West Coast, even though it's like not quite as developed.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. I'm very excited for Deviant. It's going to be wild, and it's going to fill in some plot holes. Guys, I have so much stuff going on behind the scenes. I can't wait. We're finishing Old Gods of Appalachia. We're doing more. We're doing more Hunter. Finally, it's been like 3 or 4 months since we've been able to film that. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. But I want to thank you. We've gotten an extra like 3 or 4 patrons this week, and it has been wonderful. A lot of people in the Dork Squad, and then I've Shaikan in the chat right now just joined the Divine Tier. So Shaikan, thank you so much. Again, let me know if you have any god ideas, demon ideas, anything that you want me to start including in our homebrew games. Let me know. I'll throw that in. We can discuss it and figure out what works, and I'll tell you how it kind of works in the past. Hunter! Hey, Pets Dinner. Good to see you there. We're just on a quick chat break. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Do you have any questions or comments or anything, Amy?
I mean, I'm a little concerned about what's going to come up next, but
You're
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You're
It's not like my
fine.
dice betray me on the
Your
regular.
dice don't betray you. I might have tailored it to your dice. Who knows?
Oh no.
All right. And on that note, are you ready to head back in?
Yeah, I think so. Just gonna, take a sip of Coke and
Take a sip of Coke.
Brace
I'll have
myself.
some raspberry lemonade ginger ale 0. It's aight. Tastes a little bit like dirt.
that does not sound like what I look for in a beverage.
I mean, that's kind of what ginger ale tastes like, though. It tastes really earthy,
It tastes like ginger.
which is very earthy.
I mean, I guess if you count all herbs and spices as earthy,
Don't you?
but when you describe something as earthy, my brain thinks dirt. So
So I'm taking a liberty with Gwylan's backstory because you only provided me like snippets of it.
yeah, I kept
Cool.
it fairly free form.
Okay. Perfect.
Oof.
Then I made an executive call about something, and
Okay.
I think you'll like it,
Okay.
but we shall see. All right, so folks, without further ado, let's head back into it here on Dreams of Arkos. Hello and welcome back to Dreams of Arkos. Gwylan, you find yourself alone. You can hear the sound of a dulcimer, and you are standing outside of a very familiar pub, a tavern. This one is called the Red-Headed Lady. Inside, you can hear the sound of music. A raucous night is happening inside. And as you step outside, as you step through the portal, I should say, a dog runs up to you. It sniffs at your legs, wags its tail. It's a big, shaggy brute of a dog with a lazy eye, and starts snuffling at your pockets for treats. This is Horatio. You know that Horatio has long been one of the alley dogs outside of the Fair Maiden Tavern. Which is what this building should be. But the sign's different.
Just gonna scritch the dog. Seems friendly enough. I will check if I have treats in my pockets.
Do you usually?
I think when I'm visiting the fair, was the Fair Maiden?
The Fair Maiden.
Then yeah, I probably would, if this is a known dog.
Horatio is a very known dog, and he's a very good boy. He barks up at you, waggles, and then does a couple of big circles around you before running off into the alley with the food.
Good. Perfect.
What do you do?
Well, different name notwithstanding, should probably just go in.
All right. The door is going to open wide in front of you. And you will see an absolutely jam-packed tavern. It is a celebratory night here with all manner of people. Dragonborn bards serenade their unwilling dates up in the northwest corner. A couple of shadowy figures, a hobgoblin and a hooded folk, sit and talk over along the stairwell's crook. An astral elf couple sits and talks with a boastful dwarf, a rather attractive human sorceress, and a kenku who keeps casually mimicking an Aarakocra's body language and voice as the Aarakocra tries to get one of the attentions of the servers. An oracle and a student of magic read cards at each other, while a gnome, a dragonborn, and a bear play cards at a nearby bar. Or nearby booth, I should say.
Who's winning?
The bear, actually. I actually rolled the bear one.
Oh, good. That's what I was hoping for.
To the north of it, a very bubbly flower-crowned woman is sitting next to a pouty sorceress. Little magic duels of little mystical swirls they create on the table in front of them. Nearby, a wealthy boy with tall white hair and a ponytail watches this next to a strange Shatterkai elf. A fox person sits next to a baker, plump and pink-haired, as they eat cake next to a mercenary with a robotic arm. You can see a pale bard, a tiefling with white skin, sitting next to a halfling next to what you could swear is an illithid in a trench coat with a hat with the collar flipped up, next to a very grumpy looking short king, while a mushroom dances on the table. Beyond that, there's a host of Goliath, a bard that is telling stories, next to a blue-haired sailor type who is trying to wrestle his food back from this very improprietous little kobold. And a red-haired woman wandering around serving. Over by the fireplace, you can see that there is a tabaxi and an owlin sitting and warming themselves, and you can see just through the crack in the back room that there are some people playing a game with miniatures in a back table. Up above, or pardon me, below the stairwell, a group of adventurers talk about their next heist. What do you do?
I will. Are any of these people friends of mine? Are these anyone in the usual crowd that I would be interacting with?
Well, you know the barkeep, or though not the barkeep specifically, but the server will approach you. Her name's Tula.
Tula. I
Gwylan!
will wave her over. Tula!
What brings you back here so soon? Didn't I already see you today?
Maybe. Couldn't stay away. You know it's the best place in town.
Aye. Tis. You'd know that.
I do. It's busy.
Absolutely.
What's the occasion?
It's always busy here. Everybody loves coming in.
Well, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of new faces.
Well, you know, things come and go. People come and go,
I
and
suppose that's true.
there's all sorts of dealings here. You know, people trying to make their coin.
That I do.
But, I wouldn't worry about it. Eh? They've got it well in hand upstairs.
Of course.
What? You look like you don't believe me.
Anytime someone says they've got things well in hand, something goes wrong. It's nothing personal. It's just a general experience.
Of course it's
thing.
nothing personal. Look, Cyril owed money. So they're taking care of it.
No,
I just hope there's not...
They need me to come bail them out. Just give me the sign, okay?
Bail them out.
If things go sideways.
I doubt they will. I just worry that Cyril's gonna bleed too much on the floor when they're done with him.
That's what I meant.
I'm sorry, I'm misunderstanding you.
Cyril.
Aye,
What
they've...
about him?
Well, Yenbar has him upstairs right now. He's been
Yeah.
skimming goods for a while now, and they're finally gonna take their due from him. Probably a couple of fingers, if he's lucky.
Right. Okay. He bleeds a lot. You know that, right? And he cries?
Well, the upstairs is soundproofed because of the other nature of the business here, but, look, I've got to get back to it. Lady, if...
Don't worry about it then. Go ahead.
Sorry for disturbing you.
I'll just take a peek upstairs to make sure everything's...
Of course, of course. You've got the run of the place as always.
Of course.
So what do you do? She heads over to the
What?
oracle table to go serve them some more pints.
Gonna head upstairs. 'Cause this doesn't sound great.
Now the sound of the celebration begins to fade away. Yenbar is a particularly awful gangster that you have come across a number of times. In fact, you and Cyril have ran quite a few cons against him over the years. And as you head up the stairwell, you can hear the sound of meaty thumps.
Come on. Come on. I know you've got more than that. Tell me what you know.
As you head upstairs, a smuggler, dressed in a simple shirt and vest, stops you at the top of the stairs, hand on his blade. He looks you up and down. He's a smuggler named Carno. Bit of a doofus, but good in a knife fight. You've met him before. Works for Yenbar when it pays well. He sees you and relaxes his stance. Can I help you?
Just taking a look around tonight.
He'll take a step back. Looking in, you can see that the top floor of the Maiden has been converted into a planning room for heists. There's wealth all over the walls here. Stolen artifacts, massive draperies and rugs. And in the center of the room, between a pair of tables, you are going to see your friend Cyril, dirty, disheveled, bleeding, his lips split, a couple of teeth lying on the floor. Yenbar, a massive white dragonborn, standing about 7 feet tall, looms over him, grinding his foot into a wound on the side of his thigh. A pair of thugs stand nearby where Cyril's tied to the chair, just in case. You can see that there are doors that lead to the north, one that leads to the east, and two that lead to the south. A pair of mercenaries, thieves, armed people, a Leonin and a human woman, flank the door to the east, protecting it.
Come on. Tell me where you hid it.
I've got nothing, okay? I told you everything I know. Cyril grunts to Yenbar.
Well, let's play it a different way, shall we? This little piggy went to market.
He leans down, pushes his face down onto Cyril's hand, and you'll hear the sound of snapping bone as he bites down and rips Cyril's pinky finger off.
Good evening. Am I interrupting?
Yenbar swallows the pinky and wipes the blood from his maw.
Gwylan. Wait.
Can I get an insight roll, please?
Sure. That is a 22.
Everybody in the room freezes when you enter. You think it's because that they're preparing to attack you, but honestly, the guards next to the eastern door look absolutely stunned and perplexed and start looking around. The two guards that are holding Cyril are going to be very... And Yenbar is going to cast a couple of looks back and forth around his men.
What are you doing here?
Am I not allowed to be here?
No, I mean, I just thought you were taking the night off. I got this in hand.
I changed my mind. It happens. You're gonna get blood on the carpets.
We've got Ringo in the next room with prestidigitation. We can clean him up, but swift. Sorry, do you want in on this?
I think I'd like to ask him a few questions of my own.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yenbar is going to take a step back, pull a chair around, and sit in it Riker style.
He's
I'd
all
like the room,
yours.
please.
Oh, come on, I wants to watch. Tain't
Is
safe.
business or entertainment?
Why can't it be both, yeah? Says one of the mercenaries holding Cyril.
That one? Out.
Ah, fiddlesticks.
And she'll step into the room to leave the doorway clear. Or the stairwell
And-
clear.
He will leave.
Fine. You want us alone? Can I stay at least?
Yenbar says.
Fine.
Good. I've got a 30% stock in the missing elixirs myself. Like to know where they went. Alright, the rest of you lot, clear out.
The other two will clear out. But the ones next to the eastern door are going to pause and say, "We were hired to stay here and protect. We will guard and do so according to our contract."
Yeah.
Does that
Exactly.
contract include being privileged to private information?
If it occurs in front of us, yes.
The Leonin will say. You can make me an intimidation or persuasion roll.
I would love to do that. Let's do persuasion
Sure, go ahead.
in this case. I said persuasion. That is a 25.
25.
Uh-huh.
I suppose I could use a drink.
Says the Leonin. Yes. But if anything happens up here, we will come running.
She'll
The two.
nod.
We'll head downstairs. Leaving the three of you alone in the room.
And Gwylan's gonna kind of move up around the table to stand in front of Cyril.
Okay?
He doesn't seem to be particularly moving around much, is he?
He's mostly whimpering at his missing pinky finger.
Yeah, that tracks. I'm guessing he's like on the ground probably.
No,
Or
he's
just
tied
hanging
to a
in
chair.
there.
He's tied to a chair.
Okay. So she's gonna block a bit of Yembar's view. Sort of just the way her body's angled to like get right up
Mhm.
into Cyril's face.
Sounds
And
good.
she's gonna bend down a bit. And she's gonna say in a
I'm
low
sorry.
voice,
I'm sorry.
"Do you remember me?"
Yes. Yes, I do, Gwylan. Yes, I do. Look, I didn't know the shipment was yours.
Remind me what happened last time we met.
You said if I ever crossed you again, you'd have my balls. And then you shot Deianera in the face with your crossbow. Because she'd crossed you 3 times.
Now, is this reminding Gwylan of anything she's actually remembers doing?
Not
This is
even
all
a little
completely-
bit.
Does the person they just named, does that sound familiar at all? Like,
Yeah,
have I ever
Deianera's
met that person?
Deianera? Yeah, Deianera's like a small-time
Deianera?
crook who you've ran with a few times.
Okay.
Deianera's a particularly good lockpick and sneak. She's
Yeah.
a little gnomish girl who's very good at distracting and second-story work.
Okay. Right. Deianera. Don't know that I ever really liked them. Good luck. And she's gonna smile. Look, you know I always talk about having your balls whenever you do something stupid.
I swear, I can tell you, I can tell you exactly where the elixirs are. Though we sold a couple of them, but I can get them back. I can get them back.
Who'd you sell them to?
There was a trader from Athonia that was coming in, trying to restock along the Astral March. I figured that we could make more money selling to him because, you know, it's still a war economy up there.
Right.
But he just sailed out a few hours ago. I could catch him in a fast ship.
She's gonna stand up and she's gonna turn and look over at Yumbar.
Sounds like he's trying to get away.
Sounds like someone should be going after that ship.
Oh, me?
Instead of wasting time here. Or I could escort this one and go get it myself. You know what they say about getting things done.
No. I can get one of my men on it, no problem. I should get one of my women on it. Teresa's much better at sailing. I can get her going.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it happen. Be right back. Headed to Athonia. They're gonna have to take the Beast Road. Alright.
Then they better get sorted quickly.
And he will head downstairs.
Well, this is a fucking mess. Okay. Shit. Zeal, you okay there? Sorry about the finger. Can probably fix it. Or he ate it, didn't he? Shit.
How
Piece
did
of
you?
work. What did I what?
Make me a perception roll.
Not the best. That is a 13.
13?
Mhm.
You won't hear it until it's too late. But he goes, "How did you get out of the bath?" And then the door to the east is going to open. And you are going to walk out of it,
Oh, shit.
dressed in purple finery. Well, ain't this a fine how do you do?
This is awkward. I'm taking this one with me, you know?
Who are you really?
Me? Gwylan.
No, I'm Gwylan. See?
As if there can't be two Gwylans. Weirder shit's happened.
Maybe.
Seems like you have some people going and retrieving some elixirs, which settles your business. And I'm gonna take this one with me and settle my business. Seems like a fair trade.
Why are you sweet on this one? He's just some punk.
Seems like you've had a different life than me.
Maybe.
Or you'd know that Cyril Breakwater is loyal to the last, even if he is some punk.
Loyal. This idiot's a
In his
stool
way.
pigeon. When we were 16, he ratted me out to the town guards. I had to serve 3 months in stocks.
And you never ratted him out for anything?
Not before then. Huh.
Are you still punishing him for something he did as a teenager? Because that's
No, I'm punishing him for
not great.
stealing some pretty powerful elixirs of healing. It took a lot to steal those.
Sure did. If you're working with that, she's
Oh, Yenny?
jerks her head over. Yeah.
I gave him a choice. Follow me or I'd break his neck. He made the smart choice for once in his life. It's kind of impressive.
That's a compelling argument. Good point. Don't like him though.
Yeah. I don't like him very much either. But he's useful. And he's a good fall guy. I plan on getting rid of him next year, probably. She'll wander around the room, walk over the table, and pick up a couple of very hard-shelled roca nuts. Roca nuts are kind of like, they're like walnuts, but with a denser, spikier shell.
Mm-hmm.
Hungry?
Lost my appetite after watching him eat this one's finger.
Oh, really? That's gauche. I'm sorry, Cyril. You don't deserve that.
No.
I mean,
and
I talk
I
about...
said you got blood on the carpets.
But we do have a guy in the next room for prestidigitation, but still. That's
It's
just...
the principle of it. Don't.
It's the
bleed all
principle
over
of
the
it,
carpets.
right? It's the principle of the thing. Look, here, take a handkerchief and stop the bleeding. We can get you a new finger. And between her index finger and thumb, she's going to hold the roca nut up and crack it. This is the equivalent of, like, this is like opening a lobster with your teeth. Like, this is like a big feat of strength right here. You sure you don't
Yep.
want any?
Gwylan is doing the putting as much effort into not looking affected as she is, because this entire scenario is a clusterfuck and she's terrified. I'll pass. Thank you for the offer.
Cyril, are you hungry? Can I get you something to drink? We got ale. Honestly, the first thing I did after renaming the place, brought in better booze. This place always had really watered down stuff. I mean, it still does, but at least I've put some additives in so they can't tell, and it tastes better.
But there was a certain charm to the... Alright,
Mhm.
it kind of tastes like ass.
It did taste like ass, and then all the bedrooms here had lice. I got rid of those too. I mean, I had to. This is a great base of operations. It's got tunnels underneath it. You know, they go right to the dock. Oh, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, do you
I
mind
don't
if I...
like-
No, go ahead. I like hearing
Just-
myself talk.
Yeah, we're good at that, huh? Is it gonna be a problem if I take him and skedaddle? You'll never have to hear from us again.
Why would I not want to hear from you again? Look. Hold on one sec. I'm going to cast a spell on you. nothing bad. Okay? Cool. Great. She's going to cast Dispel Magic on you.
Okay.
You'll recognize the spell Dispel Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
She takes a look at you. No? Huh. So it's not a polymorph spell.
Nope.
It's not Disguise Self. Are you actually... So are you Mimi, or are you like a twin sister that got lost and left among the reeds or something?
Fairly certain if you're Gwylan Halenan, then I'm Gwylan Halenan. We're the same general entity. Even if we are
Why would you want to leave that?
different.
Here, do you want a drink? You're not hungry, but obviously you're thirsty. You're always thirsty.
Sure.
You're always dehydrated. Here, have some water.
That's true. Yep.
It's good for your skin.
Gonna check it for any if it's been spiked with anything.
No, it just comes out of a copper pitcher, or a clay pitcher, I should say. And she'll slide it over to you.
Sure, we'll take a sip. If it doesn't seem like it's been drugged.
No, why would I drug anything? Drugs are sloppy.
They are, but you know. You listen. As if you never check everything that you're handed from anyone.
Okay.
Ever?
Fair? Fair. Look, Cyril.
Seems
There
to
should
have
be a
an
glass of...
existential crisis right now.
That's fine. Feed him some of that glass of wine over there. That one is drugged. It'll knock him out.
Drugged how? Like sedatives or pain
Yeah,
relief?
it's drow poison. It'll knock him out. It's not going to hurt him. It'll just make him sleep for 8 hours.
Fine. I'll sniff it. Try and make sure that it's actually drow poison or whatever the appropriate way to test it without actually
Sure.
consuming
Make me a
any of
medicine
it.
check.
Aha. That goes to that. That is a 19.
A quick sniff and a little dip of your finger, a couple drops on your tongue, and yep, it does have that slight underlying cloying sweetness that drow poison does. Like you've spiked your drink with molasses.
All right. Sorry, Cyril, but
That's
Sounds like a
okay.
bit.
This really hurts.
okay. Okay, maybe just to have a nap then. And we'll carefully tilt some into his mouth so that he can drink it.
Oh,
Oof.
that's better. And he's gonna slump in the chair.
Pat the head. Sorry, buddy.
Look, I'm just amazed by this. Two
What?
Gwylans. I'm just thinking of what we could do. Think of the cons we could pull.
Yeah, but your cutoff has got his finger cut off.
Look.
And you're working with Yenbar. And you renamed the place.
The Fair Maiden kind of implies a strange, worship of virginity, and let's be fair, that's a little, patriarchal.
Span's kind of shrugging. Well, there's a nostalgia factor. You
Yeah.
don't seem to have that.
Excuse me, I named this place after Mom.
After, Mom.
Yeah. I wanted her to have someplace nice to spend her time. And as she says that, the center door to the north is going to open. And a red-haired woman, who's quite fetching, but obviously your mother, is going to wander out, yawning. Do you mind? I'm trying to sleep in...
Hi, Mom.
The last time you saw your mother, she was bedridden, so skeletal that you could stick your fingers widthwise in between her ribs. Now she is hale, even a little round-faced. You can see that she's holding a glass of wine in one hand that she was probably using to help her sleep. She's always had sleeping problems even before the sickness took her.
You look well.
Of course I'm well. Wondering what the hell is going on here, though. You came all the way back home without a gift for Mommy.
Gwylan looks at other Gwylan, eyebrows raised.
Hey, I've been here the whole time.
Something's not adding up here then.
You're my daughter. I knew when I met your father I would be blessed. I'm so happy. Finally made it back. Gwylan, this is your sister Gwylan. No, it's going to be confusing, but you left me. She stayed. If I look good, it's because of her. She took care of me. Got me the medicine I needed. Bought me this amazing place.
Right.
Where have you been?
Many places. Some better than others. Some of it was not so good. I am trying to come home though. I don't know if I'll make it though.
By the time you come home, I'll probably be dead. Without you, I have no one to take care of me. But no, you just decided to follow... You're just like him. You know that? You always have been. You've always cared a lot more about what's on the horizon or over the waves than you have about your own mother.
That's not true. Don't say that. That's...
Well-
I'm trying. I'm trying to make things better. For you, for me, for everyone at home.
Do you actually want to make things better? Or do you just want adventure? Look, I get it, Gwylan. I traveled when I was younger. I used to work merchant vessels. I used to travel. I used to do my craft in all sorts of cities around Arkos. It's
No,
exciting.
Grew up on those stories.
And that's how I met your father. Do you remember that story? No.
Some of it. I think it changed every time.
You weren't old enough to get it. All you'd ask is, where's Daddy? Why does Samara have a daddy and I don't? Can I get another mommy?
You never did answer that one.
I'm not super interested in other ladies, and I never have been. I mean, sure, there was a little bit of experimentation during the adventuring, but who doesn't do that? To be honest, I'm not particularly into men. Sex is fun and boring. At the same time. That's what I've always found. Oh, jeez, Mom. Ugh. Other Gwylan will say.
Yeah.
Bit much. She asked. You asked.
Glance at other Gwylan, go like, do you know the story? Then shush!
I was traveling on the outskirts of Arkos. I'm supposed to be doing a merchant trip out to Arsica to sell some wares. The storm hit. It was nearly typhonic. A bunch of the crew was swept overboard. And then there he was. Captaining the ship, taking the wheel. So handsome. No one had seen him on the ship before. He just took over. Like something out of a fairy tale. He piloted us back to safety. We never made it to Arsica, but the entire time he took us through that storm, he kept looking at me. I gotta admit, I'm usually not much for that type of thing, but
Seems like a scenario worth making an exception for.
right? And it was fun. It got complicated afterwards. I didn't realize who he was. I just assumed that there were a bunch of men named Dempsey's.
What?
Your father, Dempsey's. Lord of the Ocean, Rider of the Waves.
Okay, now I know you're pulling my leg.
No, she's
No.
not. She's like, look, I mean, like, if you leaned into it, what'd you think it was, Machios?
I don't know. I thought he was just a regular person.
Look, I'm about as ace as they come, sweetie. It would take something really impressive to make me bend my rules.
Great. Great. Great.
How'd you think we got divine magic? Or at least magic?
I don't know. I thought it was just a quirk that happened.
We don't have a quirk, we got divine blood. Duh. Other Gwylan
Why
will
do
say.
people do magic things without having divine blood? Mm. I know it's not common at home, but... Jeez. Alright, sure. Okay, fine. Fine. Let's say that's true. Say that's true. There's still, you know, the matter of what exactly we're doing here.
What exactly are you doing here? You're coming
I
home,
came
aren't
through
you?
a door. Yeah, but this isn't home.
It could be,
I still have...
sis. Gwylan will say. It could be.
Funny as that could be, I really liked being an only child. So, I don't think either of us are good at sharing.
No, really not. You want to
Not
duel to
really
the death?
Sure where my... Not really.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Will it?
Fine, then what do you
Sounds
suggest?
awfully
I don't want
risky.
either of you fighting.
How about a game?
I like games. What do you have in mind?
Cards.
Cards.
Yeah. Let's play a card game.
Okay. I'll play a game of cards with you.
Why, would you
Gwylan
rather
says.
play dice?
We could play dice. We could play liar's dice. But what do you have in mind for cards? High, low.
Cut the deck?
What's the prize?
I take this one and leave. You win. I'll stay and we'll learn how to share. That sound alright by you?
Sounds fine by me. And you just leave me like that? You just got back home.
Yeah, but there's also the you that isn't here. And I can't make that choice on my own. Why not leave it to the cards? Either way, one of you gets to keep me. Sort of.
All right, let's do it then. Except, I want different stakes. You
What do
win.
you suggest?
You win. You stay here. You win. You take Cyril. Do whatever you want. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I win and you stay here and take care of Mom like you were supposed to. And I get to go wherever I want for a change. I win, we trade places.
Sure.
Inside
As long as
and
you let me
outside.
fill you in on everything that's happening before you go.
Of course. Inside and outside of the dream, Gwylan.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
It's not interesting if the stakes aren't high, right?
All right. So, I have a something good happens. I'm going to spend that for you right now, Amy. I have shuffled the Roll20 deck twice.
Okay.
It is over in the bottom right corner of the screen.
I see it.
You may grab a card and flip it over, drag it to the center so that everybody can see right near the table.
Okay. Hopefully I will do this correctly. So, do you want to... I go first?
You go first, I'll go second, and then you'll go third.
Okay. Click to draw, drag to deal. So if I click...
It should just...
Pop
Okay.
up. No, can I actually move it?
You should be able just to
I'm writing down what it is. Oh, it just went poof.
There you go.
Oh, you got it. You moved it.
I've got
Aha.
it there.
Okay.
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 You cut the deck. And so does she. Oh, balls. Are we doing ace high? I realize that we should have said that first.
Redo. After we decide if aces are high or low.
Draw the next card. I want to see what you would have gotten. Okay. I feel like, I mean, are aces high or are aces low? Yeah, we might have to redo this then.
Whoop.
All right, hold on. Depends on the game. Yeah, we should have stated. So I don't know. I'm dumb. Give me a second. Boop.
I mean, I think that Gwylan arguing with herself about whether or not aces are high or low is actually entirely in character. So arguing and having to do a redo, it seems completely
You know what?
correct
That sounds
me.
absolutely great. So you will flip a 9, and she will flip an ace. I win.
No, I win. It's an ace. It's a 1.
It's an ace. It's the highest card you can go. It goes Jack, Queen, King, Ace.
No, ace is 1. There's only one symbol on it.
Because it's the best. It doesn't need anything else.
But it's still only 1. And that is smaller than 9.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Okay, fine. We'll do it. Do over then.
Fine. Wait, before we do this, are aces high or low on this draw?
Low.
Fine. I'm going first, though.
Fine.
Oh, god damn it. She pulls a joker. Fine. Joker means I pull again at the end, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Jokers don't have a value, so I guess that's just a redraw.
It's just a redraw. I should have taken the joke. Look, I wasn't expecting to have the deal of my life tonight. Just draw your damn card.
Okay. Fine. Oh, shit.
Okay. Fine. You flip over a card. And she flips over a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I win.
You totally cheated, though.
What do you mean I cheated?
I saw you pull it out of your sleeve.
I don't even... My sleeves only go down to here.
Which is why it's so impressive. Good job.
I would have...
But you know what? Fine. I'll accept it. You do have the higher card.
So you accept that you lose?
I'll accept that I lose. To a cheater. But I'll stay. I'll look after Mom. But you know that you have to go save the world now.
What do you mean, save the world?
I mean, the world's asleep.
What?
We're trying to wake them up.
That sounds
Everyone's
stupid.
asleep. The elves are dying. Well, they're probably gonna die because of the wild hunt.
Oh, well, fuck the elves.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, like, that's just one example. The fish are asleep.
Oh,
I'm
I like
pretty
fish.
sure everything's on its way to...
What do you mean, save the world?
I mean, everyone's asleep.
Yeah, but what do we have to
There's
do
no-
about that? Like, what can we do to save the world? Everybody's asleep.
Well,
We go
right
around
now,
with
we're
like a bell, ding, ding,
Trying
ding.
to
Wake.
end... If it was that easy, I wouldn't be here. We're trying to find a way to convince the god of dreams and nightmares to let the world wake up, I think, or something.
Is the
to that
god of
effect. I didn't
dreams,
really
the god
get
of
into the
nightmares?
details. Yeah,
That's
it's rough.
okay. I You know what? You won the first round. And I won the second.
No, I said that didn't count it. So...
No, I mean...
If we're agreeing that aces are low, then should you want to do best out of 3?
Yeah. Okay, fine. Sure.
Okay. Sure.
You can shuffle this time. I don't want to be
How do I
accused of
shuffle?
cheating.
How do I shuffle?
You can just drag. I just shuffled it.
Okay. So just click and...
Just click
Sure.
and drag. And you are going to flip over the Joker card.
Oh, did I accidentally click it when you did it?
You
I think I
yeah,
did.
you accidentally doubled it somehow. So you're going to
Oops.
flip over the Joker card. She's like, oh, for God's... Fine.
As if this isn't entirely accurate for our luck, though.
Yeah, I know. It's really stupid. So that means that you get to draw a second one.
That's what we did last time, so sure. Okay. How do I...
You just click it.
There we go.
All right, and I will spend a something good happens to let you draw one more. And then you're done.
Do you really want to?
Yeah. That's what the
Hey,
something
I'm
good happens is for.
Gwylan's absolutely cheating on this one, though, basically.
Okay.
So she's
Make me a
palming
sli-
that card and grabbing a second one.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Not great, but I have also a fantastic bonus, so that's an 18.
It's an 18. Okay, go ahead, give it to me.
She's gonna put it down, like, confidently. You lose. Well, I lose, but ultimately you lose.
No, obviously not. You cheated.
Did
I
I?
saw you palm it. Yeah, you're actually a really crap thief.
I know, so are you. And she's gonna pull out the 3 that she drew beforehand and says, yeah, this is what I drew before. You win either way, even when I cheat.
Well, no, if you cheated, it doesn't count.
So I think we're not gonna figure it out with the cards, are we? We try dice. Or are there any that we can't cheat at?
Why do you want to save the world?
Because the people I care about live in it. Mom's there. Other mom, rather. I guess our dad, too. Somewhere. If that's true, I kind of want to go kick his knees out from under him and ask some questions.
I can't save the world.
Why not?
I mess everything up that I touch.
Same.
Everything I do here... I mean, what? Sure, I'm the head of a small crime family now. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I can't say I'm very proud of that one.
You think I wanted Yenbar to bite off Cyril's fingers?
Generally, no, but also you are employing someone who bites people's fingers off.
Well, if I didn't employ him, then I couldn't employ his underlings. It's not like... They have a surprisingly strong union work ethic. Really frustrating to find that one out.
Why did you go for the crime lord angle? Look, I met this king in Arkos. He'd probably hire you. Us, if we had a chance to wake up. And you remember the reason we started smuggling in the first place, right?
Yeah, to pay for Mom.
And to give Emrys the middle finger whenever we could. I don't know how things are for you, but...
Hey, you lost at cards. So
I did?
that means I get to decide the rules.
Sure.
You get to do all the hard work. I'm going to stay here and take care of Mom.
Chicken. But fine. You're doing a better job at it than me anyway.
That goes without saying. I'm better
Not
than
a very
you.
good... And I'm not a very good kid.
Your mother will kind of shrug.
Can't argue with the truth on that one.
You, good luck saving the world, I guess.
What's the worst that could happen? We all die?
I'm a figment of something's imagination. I think I'll be fine.
Fine. Fine. Sure. Fine. God, you're so aggravating.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Are you two done
That was
fighting?
We weren't fighting. It was an inner reflection moment. I think. Cool. I will shelve that for after the world isn't ending. Are you gonna look
You
after
want-
him too? Should I take him? I can't just let him. He's just so pitiful.
He'll be fine. He'll sleep it off. We'll get him a metal finger.
You better.
There's a gnome downstairs who can make him. Wildcock something.
Just don't let it also fire like projectiles. You'd have way too much fun with that.
No promises.
Well. Hopefully that doesn't cross over to reality. I
Look,
don't want
just,
to deal with a serial with finger guns.
I guess go save the world and then go fly home to Mom, okay? I'll take care of this
It's
one.
a promise. Okay. And she'll look over at her mom and she'll put her hand, like, she'll shake hands and...
Your mother will approach and give you both a hug.
Bye, Mom.
And behind her, you'll see a door. The one she came through now leads to darkness.
I love you.
I know. I've always
I'll
known.
see you soon.
I hope so. And bring that king.
All right. Sure.
Be nice to see someone who could take care of you.
Sure. Don't know if that's exactly how it's gonna go, but I'll let you have your dreams. And Gwylan will give Cyril an awkward pat on the head that he's still unconscious for, and will give her mom a quick kiss on the cheek, and is going to wander through that door.
And as you do, darkness will swirl around you. As you step through the other side, you hear a voice that you will recognize as Inone's calling out. Hello?
Inone?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
You'll hear breathing around you, rapid, echoing from all corners. And then snarling. And a voice will come from next to your ear. Help me! And I think that's where we're going to call game for today.
Woo!
Gwylan, while in the dream realm, you will now have a flying speed.
Huh. Neat.
Equal to your move speed.
Cool.
Yeah. That card game was so stupid. Oh my god.
That was
I wasn't
funny
sure,
as hell.
I wasn't sure how you were going to pull it off. And then you were like, well, you have to do the hard work now. And I'm like, oh, Gwylan would totally not want to do that. That's clever. That's very clever, Amy. Good job. Interesting. You congratulations, you played yourself.
I fucking did.
Because you create, that's wonderful though, considering that I know that you can't win at cards or dice to save your life in real life. So I was like, what are you doing here? I love it. You rolled the mind dice. Hey folks, good job, Amy. You get the benefit of a short rest. Folks, we're going to be back here in 1 week for what is most likely the finale of Dreams of Arkos. I hope you'll come and join us next Sunday at noon Pacific time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Amy, for being here, and thanks, Traz, for being here, and thanks everybody else who normally is here. A big thank you, of course, to everybody who keeps us on the air, our Patreons. Over at patreon.com/dorktales, you can go and join and get access to a ton of additional content. Star Trek's tomorrow morning, so you'll get that. You'll get a ton of bonus content. You'll get like extra podcasts, extra fun, and you get your name at the end of the episode if you are on one of the top tiers, like the Divine Producers, my mom, hi mom, and Shycan de Vermilion. Our Demonic Producers, Mysterium MK and Sorcerer Sanguine, our Wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin and Krasha Urquhart, our Monster Maker Soloman, and our High Council, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Kalona Kurd, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, and Nerdy Metal Gent. I was this close to having your dad be Machios. And then I was like...
Har har.
I was like, who else would it be? Oh shit, Dempsey's, of course. Dempsey's right there. What am I even thinking about? So yeah. Congrats. Let's see if we can have...
It's a god.
Congrats, it's a god. A demigod. What is it with you and gods? You always end up like a demigod. It's always a thing.
I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot more of a couple generations removed, so that works out for me.
Nah, you never mentioned who your dad was.
Yeah, nothing specific.
So I'm like, you're a demigod. Let's make it a little sooner. Your mom was traveling around and then... decided to have an asexual, demisexual romp with a god. Because, honestly,
Why not?
But, hey, folks, that's going to be it for us today. Congratulations, Amy and Amy. I am very excited to see what you do in next episode. Because it's going to be the end. And I'll let you in on a little secret. You're going to be starting at level 10 next episode.
Ooh.
So, let me know. Level up is going to happen for you and everybody else. So please let me know what you're taking, because you've got 3 classes. And if you add a 4th class, I can fit one more on the overlay.
I'm not
You
doing
sure
that.
you don't want a
Not doing
level of,
I'm-
like, barbarian just to... Okay.
Cute, but I'm either doing Fighter 3 or Rogue 4, and I haven't quite decided yet.
Oh, Rogue 4 would get you that extra ASI.
It would.
It would.
Or another feat.
Or another feat. That's true.
Yeah.
You got a lot of choices. But you'll see what those choices are next time on Dreams of Arkos. See you next week, everybody. Goodbye!